Hello, Revere, and welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Show. We're going to be talking about Suffolk Downs today, and we do have a person who works at Suffolk Downs. He's been there 25 years. His name is Jorge Burgos. George, let me welcome you to the Revere Veterans and Community Show, and thank you for taking the time off to come up here. Now, you are an assistant starter at Suffolk Downs, and you've been there, like I said, 25 years. Tell us a little about yourself, about that.
Born in New York, grew up in Puerto Rico, and I come out here to sign professional boxing, but my cousin, he used to ride horses for the Petronellis, and that's why I got involved with horses, and so, I've been there.
Right, but you've been an assistant starter in a lot of other tracks besides Suffolk Downs. Tell us something about that.
Well, I work in Maryland. I work the
Maryland, New Jersey?
Yeah, I work the Brittany. I work in Florida, in Tampa Bay. Quite the experience. I got hurt there.
Oh.
I got 4 screws in my knee. My shoulders all screwed up.
The reason I brought you up here, and I got to be honest with you, because we want to get a casino in here. And beside the casino, Suffolk Downs has 800 plus people working there.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the people that depend on Suffolk Downs. For example, correct me if I'm wrong, George, and thank you for helping me on this too, by the way. We're going to be talking about the vendors, the trainers, the hot walkers, because I don't know what they are, but you do, the blacksmiths, the veterinarians, the horse dentists, the truckers, the groomers, the jockeys and their agents. I didn't know jockeys have agents, but they do, I guess.
Yeah.
The feed stores and the farmers in the hayfield. All those depend on the 800 people that work there.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about that.
Well, the blacksman, he come out every month to do shoes for the horses.
That's the blacksmiths?
That's the blacksman job.
Right, and they do, every month they give them new shoes, or just when they need them?
No, every month they come out and trim the feet out and put brand new shoes on it. That's his job. And we got the dentist, he come out every 6 months.
And what is his job, really, to check just the horse, the teeth?
Check the teeth, they grow and they...
Oh, they have to file them? And
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they come out every 6 months and we do teeth.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the hard walker is the person, he walk the horses when after the race, they run him, they come out, the hard walker take him and give you 45-minute walk. It's really important person in the band.
Right, I have a question for you, George, because I live right near Suffolk Downs, so I see them sometimes. I see them in the morning when they're not having the race on yet, and they have that round thing on there with ropes tied to the horses and so on.
That's calling the walking machine.
Oh.
But when the hard walk, the job of the hard walker is cool the horse out because they need water. They walk around the band area to they finish water up, and they hang it in the walking machine. Some horses, they don't like that walking machine. Some horses, they got to walk about hand.
Oh.
About Jay Benedini, he's got a bunch of horses there. They don't walk in the walking machine. Yeah, like Rigateri, he got a bunch of horses. He don't walk in the walking machine. It's got another person that don't use walking machine because they create injury in the horses.
Right, now when the horses are in the barn at night, they lay down to go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Do they have like is it just hay that they have, or they have?
No, they got a bed and they call it shaving.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they put shaving, yeah.
And there's a lot of truckers that come because they depend on the Suffolk Downs casino, not the casino, but Suffolk Downs.
Yeah. Well, the guys, they travel a lot. They travel all over the East Coast, bringing some horses. And it's like if you got a horse and you want to run in Saratoga, you need somebody to transport, get your horse all the way to Saratoga.
So you've been up to Saratoga, that's upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
And usually they can't race them in the cold. Up to, usually when do they stop them racing, when the weather gets cold?
About next month. Next month. When's the day? The next month?
September sometime?
Yeah.
So they don't race them in October, November, December?
No. Here we used to. We used to run in the winter time. No anymore.
And are there special horses that run on special grounds, like some will run on grass better than they do on earth or on mud?
Well, it depends the breeding of the horse too.
Oh.
It's dependent on the breeding. Some horses run better in the grass. Some horses run better in synthetic. Some better in the dirt.
Okay.
It's just depend.
Then when a horse is first born, let's say I have horses, how do you know this horse or that horse is going to make a good racer?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I don't know till you really breaking and get it going. When you get it going, 2 years old, you.
How old do they have to be before they can break into the race?
Well, 2 years old.
And up to how old can they run to?
Well, that depends. Some horses, they go brought down. They get injury 4 or 5. Some horses, they can run to 12 years old.
Oh, and this question, I'm curious. I don't know if the people out there are, but I am. If a horse breaks his leg, why does some of them have to be put down?
Because the injury. It's dependent on the injury. Some horses, they break the bone and they can't fix it.
Oh, even an artificial leg wouldn't help them?
No, not at all.
So they have to be put to sleep because some of them become good breeders later on, after they give up their racing. I guess they call them studs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they become...
Yeah, but they break the leg, you got to put them down. They got a suspensory or the tendon, you can't work with that kind of injury.
How are they put down? By a veterinarian?
Yeah.
I remember years ago, and I hate to say this, but years ago, they used to shoot the horse.
Well, that's
in New York. I remember reading about that, yeah.
That's a long time ago. We got new technology this day.
Yeah, but now they just give them an injection like they do with an animal, like euthanize them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what about the groomers?
The groom is guy. It's really interesting job. It's the person he take care of the horse. It's like fixing his house for this horse to be comfortable. It's the person he deal with his leg. It's the person he's got a little scratch. He fix it. He put medicine on it. It's the person.
It's like a nurse.
Yeah, basically that's what they are.
Oh, okay. So they take care of them. Now, we were going to have a jockey on here today, but he happened to be racing upstate New York in Saratoga, so he couldn't make it. The #1 jockey in the country, do you know his name offhand?
No, can I be honest with you? I don't know, but I know that the leading rider in here is Davey Amy right now, followed about Dean Pannell, and Dean Pannell is getting close on it. He's getting close.
The jockey I remember as a young man was a jockey. I don't know his first name. His name was Shoemaker or Schumacher.
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a short little guy, thin little guy, but what a jockey he was.
Oof.
Yeah, he used to race a lot because I come from New York. You do too, by the way.
Yeah.
At Belmont Racetrack, I think that's in New York.
Yeah.
Yep. So I used to remember hearing him on the radio about shoemaking. So that's a jockey. Now, the farmers, first of all, what kind of food do horses eat beside hay? I know they eat hay, but what else do they like?
Well, they like Rispong. My girlfriend feeds Rispong. It's the kind of food got no oats. It's made with melassa. And
what about apples and carrots and things like that?
They love that too.
They do?
Yeah.
Pretty good. By the way, you said you mentioned a girlfriend, so you're not married yet.
No.
But you're looking forward to it someday?
Pretty soon.
Can I ask you what her name is?
NC Redden.
Oh, NC Redden?
Yeah.
NC, if you're listening out there, you got a nice man coming ahead.
Yeah, she's a trainer in Suffolk Downs.
She works at Suffolk Downs
Yeah.
too? So you have a lot, is there a lot of women that work down there?
A lot of women work down there.
Wow, right, so the 800 people really depend on Suffolk Downs to be open, to remain open.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Not only nice for Suffolk Downs, but nice for the city of Revere, because beside the jobs that we already have, and we certainly don't want to lose them because then we'd be gaining nothing. We would gain an additional maybe 4,000 jobs.
That's a shame.
Yep.
That's
now,
a shame.
this is a question. If you can't answer it, or someone mentioned that because I told them I was going to have you as a guest up here. They said ask him this question, and it was this. If the casino, this is the casino now, goes where the bonds area is. In other words, if the casino is going to go where the bond area is, down on Winthrop Avenue over there, where are the new bonds at the racetrack going to be?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, I want you to.
I don't know. I can't answer that question because I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what that's going to be. It can be in Rockingham Park. It can be.
right, but
in
you
the
don't want to
front
have it
side.
someplace far out where you have to transport the horses,
Well,
especially in the summertime when it's hot, sweaty, and everything.
Yeah, it's inconvenient.
Right. Question again. The bonds, and like we had some hot days, not too many. We only had about 5 90-degree days this summer. Last summer we had about 18. The horses, are they air conditioned when they're in the bonds or not?
No, we use fans. A lot of people use
the fans?
We use fans that circulate the air inside the stall.
Okay, so the horses are taken care of.
Yeah,
right?
really well.
It's not
Really
like they're
well.
out in the heat or in the heat.
No. This animal, they take care of it really well.
Okay. I'd like to say something, George, about myself, but not talking about myself. I happen to be a senior. Chip Tuttle, who's the chief executive officer, he's also your boss there, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, he's done things for us over the years before we even thought about a casino coming to Revere. Never even thought about a casino. He would make parties for us for Mother's Day, for Valentine's Day, all the years I can remember. So, you know, Chip, if you're listening out there, thank you for all the things you do for our seniors and the people of Revere. Now, going back to the jobs, are there a lot of veterans working there? I mean, people that were in the armed forces?
Yeah.
So Suffolk Downs does take care of the veterans.
Yeah.
You also told me about a gentleman, I believe his name was, I hope I got this right, and if I don't beat me up.
That's right.
Okay. His name is Grady.
Grady. He's
been there over 40 years.
Over 40 years he's been there.
And what's his job?
The same thing I do.
A starter?
Assistant starter.
Right. And you do, I remember we talked about, you do about 90 starts a day?
Well, we do 9 races.
So an average of 10 starts each race?
Yeah.
And so that's 90, 3 times a week?
3 times a week.
So that's 270?
Yeah, the horse will bang you out
Times-
pretty good there.
Times 52 weeks a year if you're racing all over the country. That would be about 13, 14,000.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of starting out there. And you've done that for 25 years?
25 years I've been doing that. I'm opened out.
Have you ever, talking about horses, have you ever got it like a famous horse, like, I don't mean, like Seabiscuits, one with a big name like that?
Well, my favorite horse, my girlfriend, how they call him Bull K Wonder.
What?
Bull K Wonder. I like that horse a lot.
Did you ever hear, someone told me there was a horse in Revere called Tornado that came around here September the 28th? I don't know.
We got lucky in that.
No, we did get lucky because that horse really did a hell of a job in Revere.
I hear you.
So, I mean, you know, a lot of people didn't get hurt, thank God, but a lot of houses and property got injured on there. Is there a horse there called Tornado? Or is that
No.
Oh, so he was just pulling my leg.
No, see, I can tell you something. See, that tornado go to that bank area. We know how to run racetrack.
That went through the barn area?
See, he go to that bank area. We know got the racetrack because he pulled that banks out like paper.
Oh, okay. They're pretty good. Okay, first of all, you and I grew up in New York.
I born in New York. I don't grow out in New York.
Where did you go to school?
I go on to school in Puerto Rico.
Oh, so how old were you when you moved to Puerto Rico?
Can I be honest with you? My father take me kind of young, real young. I don't remember.
And you went to public school and high school there?
In Puerto Rico.
But before you became a starter with the horses, what else? Did you do anything else before that?
Yeah, my father used to make fun of me because he told me to go to college. And I never did. And the first job I got is with a chisel and a hammer.
A chisel and a hammer?
And a hammer. And I used to cut the ceiling because in Puerto Rico the houses are in cement and they put wall and they put the chisel.
Oh.
And that used to be my job, and my father used to make fun of me.
Oh,
And we used to have an argue about that kind of thing all the time.
that's good. That's good. Okay, now I want to go back. Something that people don't realize, but if the Commonwealth, if the racetrack was not, had to be gone because we did not get the casino, that would mean the 850 people would also be out of work. That would mean you would be out of a job too.
Yeah.
25 years, Grady would be out of a job, 40 years. Let me tell you, if that was to happen, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts would lose in the form of payroll taxes alone payroll taxes, wagering taxes, winning taxes, because all these people pay taxes on the money. The winners, the ones that bet, and the ones that work there, they would lose a heck of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, roughly, you say you do about, let's say, 90 races a day.
No, we do 9 races a day.
I mean, 9 races a day, but 90 starters, 90. So people usually have the bet on about 90 horses a day on there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bets that people come in.
Oh, they do it out of town too. They're doing out of town. They do bet out of town. So you can go to another racetrack and they pass Suffolk Downs races, and you can bet there too.
Now let me ask you, if you don't know, because I certainly don't know, that's why I'm asking you, if the people bet out of town, does that money that they pay on the wagering, on the bets, stay in the out of town, or does it come to the Commonwealth?
I believe a percentage that money come here.
Comes to the state of Massachusetts? Yeah. So the casino, besides bringing in money and paying taxes, and Suffolk Downs remaining in business and paying taxes, they would lose a heck of a lot of money.
Yeah.
The Commonwealth.
Yeah. Plus the job.
There's a gentleman I have to mention. He happens to be with Mohegan Sun. His name is Peter Schultz. I've met him a few times. He's been on the Revere Veterans and Community Show. A great gentleman. Without even the casino being voted on, without even thinking about the casino coming in at one time, he would come here and donate money, the Mohegan Sun would, to the people of Revere, to the schools of Revere, to the fields, baseball fields, the sports of Revere. These are the type of people we would like to have come in, and this is the type of casino that we would have come in. There was an article, I got to mention this, that was put in the Revere Journal. It spoke about the Boston Herald, which is a great newspaper in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but especially in the city of Boston. They said that the best place for the casino to come would be in the city of Revere. The American Institute of Architects of Massachusetts even voted that the casino that they show is better than the casino that they're talking about building in Everett. Is a better casino with a 3-star than with a 5-star. But I don't give Revere a 3-star. I gave him a 10-star. And I was a little off. I should have given them a 15-star because they do a beautiful job on that casino.
Well, the area with that racetrack is unbelievable area. You got the train station right there. You got taxi. You got the airport.
Right, Logan Airport, right up the street.
Traffic is going to be traffic no matter where you put it.
I know. You know, I'm glad you... I got to get out where I live, and I abut the racetrack, really, where Shores used to be. I live right behind there, and Suffolk Downs, the entrance is right across the street there. That traffic will be taken care of. Believe you me, people complain about the traffic. They shouldn't. They complain about security. They shouldn't, because we got some of the best police officers, and with the money coming in, we can put more police to work, more fire department to work, more better schools to build. Your kids well, when you get married and you have kids, they'll be going to the Revere School, I assume. Yeah. We got the best superintendent in the country who was voted one of the best, if not the best, Mr. Dakin. So we have great people in this town here. And this is not even with the casino here yet. That's why I'm glad you came up here, because the casino would help you.
A lot.
It would create 4,000 jobs additionally beside the 800 that you have at Suffolk Downs.
That'd be nice.
Now, I want you to tell me, you mentioned to me that a lot of the people that work at Suffolk Downs have no idea what's really going on. Can you tell me a little about that?
Well, basically, we don't know what's going on in there, you know. I don't know.
The only news I get, by the way, and I don't know either, is from the radio or from the television. That's where I get my information on,
Yeah,
on there. Now, what I heard this morning, which is sad news, coming in here, they were talking about strictly sports. Baseball, football, hockey, boxing, whatever you want to call it, soccer. They're all making big money. The only ones that are in bad shape, in other words, if you get a level line, all the others were going up. The only one going down was racetrack. Horses, the people that, you know. Has that affected you in any way?
Yeah, it affects everybody working the backside. It affects the jockey. You know, we used to have two, three racetracks in Massachusetts alone. And over the years, they disappeared. One by one, it started to disappear. We used to run from Suffolk Downs to New Hampshire
Rockingham up there.
Rockingham Park.
Yep. We also had the Wonderland racetrack here, dog racing.
Disappear.
Right. And some of the people I understand that used to work there are now working at Suffolk Downs.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people with no education, like I am. I don't
What
have
do you mean no education?
No education, you know, the poor people, they work in the backside trying to raise his family.
So in other words, Suffolk Downs would hire people if they're good people and they can do the work. Don't really need an education.
No.
That's good.
No. So
That's
you learn the job, you don't need no education.
I remember when I got out of the service and I was looking for a job, the first thing they asked me was, did you finish high school? That was the first thing when I got out of the service. And I said yes. Then they asked me another question. How many years did you go to college? And I said, I haven't gone to college. And then I realized I needed a college education, so I had the GI Bill of Rights, which they give to people that serve in the armed forces.
Yeah.
I took advantage of that. But that's good. So people who don't have the education.
Well, it's like my case. Look at what my case is. My father got divorced. My mom. I got to quit school to go to the world to support and help with the family. You know what I mean?
How many in your family?
We got about 4 or 5 kids. Everybody do the part. You know what I mean? They bring the meal, they bring the bread. And you know that sometimes you don't have no time to get education. That's what my father used to make fun of me when I grabbed that chisel and a hammer.
I got to tell you, talking about the family, and this was just a few days ago, there was a kid open up a lemonade stand to make money because the family was out of work and he was using that lemonade money to help feed his family. Well, some of the people in the neighborhood complained. So they went on the air and a radio announcer put that thing on the air about this kid, I think it was 7 or 9, somewhere right in there, selling lemonade. And the neighbors were some of the neighbors were complaining. Well, by the time they got off the air with the announcement, there were 600 people lined up to buy the lemonade.
How about that?
So he was making over $800 a day selling lemonade to support his family. So he says when he gets a little older, he's going to open up his own business. So I know where you were coming from. And by the way, I was the same way. When I was a little kid, about 6 or 7, I used to stand in Brooklyn with a little wagon called the Red Flyer.
Yeah.
And when the ladies, the elderly ladies would come out of the grocery store with their big packages, I would say, can I deliver that for you? When I had the little wagon, they would put it on there. And they would give me 2 cents or a nickel. Now, in those days, that was a lot of money. Today, it's not much.
But today, you can't even buy nothing with 2 cents.
No, we could buy a big bar of chocolate called Hootens for $1, not for a penny. Wrigley Spearmint chewing gum, the one that made the Chicago Cubs, the baseball, Wrigley Field, chewing sticks for a penny. In other words, a 5-pack would be like a nickel. Today it's almost $1 today. So
unbelievable, huh?
Yeah.
The way the time changed, you can't even get out of get in the train for $1.
You know what my father was making in those days when I was first born, when I was not even a year old? He told me, guess how much a week?
I don't know.
$12.
That
6-day week, $2 a day.
Wow.
That's what he used to make. He worked up on 7th Avenue on the west side of New York, between 7th and 8th Avenue on the west side.
$12.
Yeah. We got about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I want you to tell me what would you like to see come out of Suffolk Downs. Forget about the casino. What would you like to see? By the way, you couldn't have a better boss than Chip, so I'm going to tell you
Well,
that.
I like that man really well.
Everybody I've spoke to likes him. He's
says-
almost like Arthur T of the Mullers, where the whole people want him. I'm sure the same thing would happen if he was Suffolk Downs.
It's a real classy guy.
He is.
Real classic. What I like to do about Suffolk Downs, I like to see races here for so many years. You know what I mean? I don't got to move somewhere out to go race horses. That's what I like to see about Suffolk Downs.
Right, you know, they talk about gambling and addiction. Give me the opportunity to gamble or not to gamble, but don't pass a law that says gambling is illegal. They used to do in the olden days, prohibition was illegal. That means you couldn't buy drinks. There was more crime when they had that law than there was after they dropped that law, because then everybody could do drinking and, you know what I mean?
Gamble. You can go to the store and gamble.
I know that. But if they're going to pick on the casino about gambling, as some people are, why not eliminate the lottery? That's gambling. Why not eliminate bingo in the churches or the synagogues or the mosques? That's gambling. So, you know, if they want to eliminate gambling, make it a level playing field, but don't pick on one and not the others. That's the way I would like to say. Before I close, I want to take the time off to say, George, excuse me, thank you for coming down. God bless you, my friend.
It's a pleasure, man.
And by the way, if you have any other people of Suffolk Downs, we have a website here. If anybody wants to put in their email number, I think we have it on the board there. It's called rvc@reveretv.org. If you got any questions that are positive or negative, send them in. If you got any suggestions, we would love to hear from you. And especially if you have something about Revere that you would like to come on and tell you what you do for the community, please, you are all welcome. So, George, thank you again for coming. God bless you. God bless our troops. God bless our armed forces. And most of all, God bless the great country, the United States of America. Thank you all out there for listening. Until the next time, adios.
All right.